Radhe Radhe! Hey there! Welcome back to the Bhakti Breakfast Club. I'm Daniel Tucker. This is Harmonium 224. And in this course, I'm going to be sharing with you another great song from Jaital from the most recent Kirtan camp in San Anselmo. So that's the week-long Bhakti immersion, where Jai is chanting many different songs, and I try and write down as many as I can. Although usually I start to listen, I'm like, oh, this is great, I should write it down, and then halfway through I'm like, oh, it's too good, I have to just enjoy it. And usually that means picking up kartals and playing kartals. And so most of the MP3s, when I go back to transcribe it later, I'm listening to my MP3, and I'm like, oh, what's he playing there? And then just clang from my own kartals. But usually I can hear enough to get it down accurately. Anyway, this is one of those songs that I thought was a real gem, and one that I was excited to share with you. It's not like one of the fastest or one of the most fireworks-like songs. It was more of a kind of slow, steady, getting this mantra into a really deep place. It's in Bhairavi tat, which, as you remember, is the scale that has all the notes flatted that can be flatted. That's re, ga, da, and ni are all in their lower or komal forms instead of the natural or shuddha of the major scale. So just to get that scale into your ear again. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, sa, ni, da, pa, ma, ga, re, sa, Bhairavi tat. So it's already a little bit more of a somber mood with just that tat scale. Then this chant also, for a while, often Jai likes to ramp up the tempo and get things really rocking. With this one, it stayed in this kind of evenly paced chunk, 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram place for a while, which I thought was really cool and brought the whole chant into a really deep meditative place. So let me play it for you. It's got a bunch of different lines. I'll just play it for now, and then in the next video we'll talk about how the different lines go together. Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, 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 Om Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram, Jaya Ram, Jaya Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya 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 Jaya Ram. Om Shri Ram 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 Jaya Ram Jaya 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 Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Yeah, so there's the chant. It's a little funny moving through all these different sections in like 2 minutes for you. But hopefully that gives you the sense of the melody. As you might have heard by the end, there's a bunch of different lines, but they all hark back to or refrain back to this one primary line throughout the chant. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. So whether it's a lower line like Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, or one of the, what I call on the sheet, the bridge, but it's kind of the double tempo where you're fitting twice the mantra in. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Or the later section, which goes up quite high. Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Whatever you're doing, it always comes back to this. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. So I don't know, there's a bunch of lines. If that's at all intimidating or overwhelming how many different lines there are, don't worry about it, because you can really just pick the first 2 lines. This would be a perfectly beautiful kirtan, just going from the first line and then to that refrain. Or if you like, a couple lines that go back to the refrain, or the whole song, which is all, I don't know, 6 lines or something, which each harken back to this refrain. So it's up to you how much of the song you want to do. It's really not that hard. It's got some interesting chords in it, because once you start playing with Bhairavi tat scale, with all these flat notes, the chords that line up with that get pretty interesting. So we have like a flat 3 major and some other cool chords. But yeah, why don't we move into the next video and I'll get you oriented to the song sheet.